Welcome to Chasing Fabulous, the show where we dive into the fun and exciting world of luxury, style, and sophistication. Join us as we explore what it really means to live a fabulous life, from amazing places to inspiring people and unforgettable experiences. Get ready to be hooked as we uncover the essence of fabulousness in every episode. Each adventure brings new stories and surprises, showing you how to add a touch of fabulous to your own life. Let's chase down the extraordinary together.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chasing Fabulous. It's Monica and Linda.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, we have the most exciting show today.
Yes,
I'm so excited. We are so excited about today's show and today's guest.
Yes.
You can't imagine. But wait, high five. What number is it?
Is it 28?
It's 28.
Oh, yeah.
Can you believe it? I'm sorry, but we have to say it every time. We're going to say it every time. Even when it becomes like 235, we're going to know. You got to remember.
And it's amazing to me that we're still here.
I know. It's amazing to me that we had 28 shows worth of crap to talk about.
Oh, I looked
That's
the other day
thing.
and I went back to the first one. I'm like, oh my God, we've been doing this since like
I know.
last March.
I know.
And it's so fun.
I know.
Right?
And
It's
listen,
fun.
all of them have been really funny.
I think so.
I have to say. Well, we like ourselves a lot. We're fabulous.
We're fabulous.
Yes, we think our guests are all fabulous too.
They are.
All right, what do we do this week? We were trying to figure it out before the show. We did not do a lot.
Well, no. Let's
right.
talk about the weekend.
yeah, the weekend.
The weekend we had fun. Friday night you went to
Oh,
Wild
Friday night we
Rose.
went to Wild Rose with Senior America Queen Jones came with us, and we had so much fun. We sang "Love and Touch and Squeeze" It
My
karaoke,
favorite Journey
of course.
song.
Yeah, the
I
Wild
would have
Rose
sang
in
that with you
Farmingdale.
guys, just saying.
Yeah, whatever.
I would have. I told
invited
you I'll
you.
sing in a group. I had to
okay.
babysit my girls.
All right. Well, that Joan's friend came with us too, and she's exactly like you. She won't get up there and sing in the microphone.
Well, I'll sing with girls.
We
I
had
just won't
so
sing
much fun,
alone.
and they videotaped us, and it was so much fun.
Oh,
We
you
had
gotta
a
show
blast.
it to me.
Yeah, I was going to show it on the show, and then I thought, no.
right. And then
But Wild Rose, we like Wild Rose because they have in Farmingdale. They have really good food there too.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. Oh, maybe they'll be a sponsor.
Wild Rose.
I'm going to talk to that
Go
girl.
for it.
Yeah. So then what do we
Saturday
do
I
Saturday?
DJ'd with my husband.
Oh, yes,
a block
you did.
party. What a.
We got to get Mark on here. He's going to DJ.
Yes,
he's going to do a commercial, but Mark is her husband's a great DJ.
He has such a great selection of music.
Yes.
And that we got so many compliments at the end of the night because
What kind of party was that?
It was a block party.
Oh, a block party.
It was a small block with the kids. They were very young, Monica, like toddlers, tiny.
Oh, wow.
But they were so polite. At the end of the night, one little girl comes up to me. She goes, "Thank you." I said, "Oh my God, you're
my
so welcome,"
God.
because she had fun. They had so much fun. It was an early one because they had to go to bed.
Yeah.
They were young.
Oh, but that's so cute.
But it
Did you
was
play
really
musical
nice.
chairs?
We played musical chairs for the kids. The adults didn't want to do it. I don't know why. It's a blast when the adults do it. I had wine to give away.
Oh, my God.
But we did that. We did the bucket brigade where you had to put the water in the bucket. We did, what else did we do? Oh, the balloon toss.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. But
Oh,
we got a
that's so
lot of
fun.
compliments. People coming up saying, your
Yes.
music is terrific.
And
you
Mark
know.
started to do DJ for Ginger at Amber Court at the
Yes.
Senior Living Center too.
Yes.
So
So
that's
it was
cool.
a lot of fun. So I'm back doing something I did 30 years ago.
Yeah, well,
his
hey,
little sidekick. So it
Time
was a
comes
lot of
around.
fun.
Everything goes around in a circle, right?
Yeah, no, it's fun. It
Yeah,
is fun.
I did
and he is
absolutely
good.
nothing Saturday and Sunday. Like
did
I
nothing
really
Saturday?
did not. I did
No?
not. I was not feeling the best. And then
Okay.
Saturday and Sunday, and then
No, you didn't do nothing. You made some jewelry that you can have.
Oh, I
to
did make
show.
jewelry. Yes, I did make
Yes.
another necklace and earrings
Yes.
for our Chasing Fabulous line.
Yes.
So that stuff
that's
should be on
okay.
Poppy. I'm going to put that on Poppy Lane. I'm going to start putting them on the website, like as I make them, I think.
Okay, sounds good.
But don't forget, it's just one piece. Like it's a necklace and earrings. It's not like, I mean, I could probably recreate it, but.
Don't downgrade it. It was very
No,
beautiful.
it is
I
very
saw
nice.
It was very nice.
I know,
It's
we're
that
gonna have to do that.
Chasing Fabulous Blue.
Yeah. All right, so we have a huge amount of stuff to talk about
Yeah,
today.
so what
because
do we
have
got for
Tammy
today?
and I'm
Let's
very
hear what
excited.
we got for
So, okay, there's the holidays for today. So today, September 26th, is Compliance Officer Day.
Compliance.
So if you're a compliance officer, this is your day. Happy day.
Happy day.
Happy day for you. It's the European Day of Languages.
Oh,
It's a Human Resource Professional Day.
okay. Well,
So
that's
if you're a human resource professional, it's your day.
Yes.
Happy day.
Happy day.
International Day for the Total Elimination of Nuclear Weapons. All right. That's-
Controversial issue.
I know that is a controversial issue. We don't have time to talk about
don't
that.
know that.
Today is Johnny Appleseed Day. Do you know about Johnny
Do
Appleseed?
you know I really don't know about Johnny Appleseed? Like what? I
He
know the
traveled
name.
he traveled the whole country and planted all the apple trees. And he came from Indiana, in Fort Wayne, Indiana, where I grew up.
Well, that's why you know more about
There's
it.
a Johnny Appleseed
I'm a New
Park.
Yorker. I don't
so
know that
happy
much
day,
about
Johnny
Appleseed.
Appleseed. He's dead now, you know.
Of
He's been
course,
dead for like
I know
150
he's
years.
dead, but
All right. And it's Lumberjack Day.
okay. Happy
I'm
Lumberjack
a lumberjack
Day.
and I'm okay. Work all night and I sleep all day. You know that Lumberjack Day? I don't know that.
She's singing, guys.
Mesothelioma Awareness Day. So that's
yeah.
a tough one. We lost my friend Donald to mesothelioma, and that was really tough. I don't like that. National Better Breakfast Day.
I love breakfast. My favorite.
I love
meal of the
breakfast.
day.
National Dumpling Day.
I don't like. Do you like dumplings?
No.
No.
National Pancake Day goes
Love
along with
that.
Better Breakfast Day.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God, I'm gonna crave pancakes.
I know. Maybe we should go to IHOP for lunch after this. Why do we always talk about food in the
I
first
know,
segment
I
and then
know,
we're
I don't know,
starving
because
by
you
the
always
end?
bring up something with food.
Oh, okay. It's Record Store Day.
Oh, I miss record stores. I love that.
It's
the albums.
Shamu the Whale Day,
Oh, is it?
which is very close to a shark.
Oh no, it's not. No,
very
it's
close.
not.
Yeah, it's the same shape.
Trying to sneak that right.
It's the same shape as a shark. I'm just saying.
All right.
I mean, whales are bigger than sharks, obviously.
Yes, they
But,
are.
Yeah,
yes.
just saying.
No sharks.
World Contraception Day. All right.
Okay, do your thing, peeps.
Do your thing. World Maritime Day.
All right.
Is always the last Thursday in September.
Oh,
So all you Maritimers, happy day.
you have a day. That's nice.
There was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're always-
All right. Guess what? It's fun facts. My favorite thing.
Yes, it is.
We got to do our fun facts intro, which is my favorite thing.
Okay.
Maybe. We're back.
We're
We're back.
We're back.
So today we're talking with our guest, who I'll introduce you to in a minute. But we're talking about texting and social media and stuff like that. So our fun facts today, Ernie's fun facts today, are about texting and emails and stuff like that. So the first computer mouse was made of wood.
Was it?
Yes. And the first mouse ball came from a roll-on deodorant. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that
Really?
crazy? Really?
Is that
It's
really
the
a-
truth. Yes.
All
And the
right.
term bug originated from a moth causing a computer malfunction.
A moth did it?
Yes, a moth did it.
Oh my
So a moth
goodness.
flew in there and caused a bug. So that's where the word bug came from.
What do you know? That's
I
a
know.
fun fact.
And the term Wi-Fi doesn't stand for anything. It's just a marketing term coined by a branding company.
Oh, I never knew that. Did you know that?
Not a clue.
Not a clue.
I
either.
thought it was like, I don't
I
know
thought
what
it
I
was
thought
an
it was.
abbreviation for something.
Yeah, but
what? I don't know
either.
but all right.
Windows Finale. I don't know what it's called.
no.
Oh, here's a really good one.
What's a good one?
The risk of dying from a shark attack
Oh.
is 1 in 3.75 million for Americans.
She got
while
one
the
in.
risk of dying in a car accident due to texting is 1 in 450. So there
Are you
go.
instructing Ernie to put a shark back in there?
Oh, no, I found
Does
that
he just
myself. I found that
just
myself.
in case
I get-
anybody wanted to know, there's your fact. All
Right, there's your shark fact.
Your
for
shark
the day.
fact
I
for the
haven't
day.
listen.
Oh,
you know
we're not
what?
going to start doing that, are
in
we?
the yes, in the real. I mean,
Shark
in the
fact
grand
of the day.
scheme of things, I haven't done a shark fact for a couple of weeks.
But you were okay with it.
No, I wasn't.
Oh,
I was
okay.
very upset.
All right. I asked
The
you if you were
first
all right.
text message was "Merry Christmas" and was sent in 1992.
Was it really?
Yeah. The first digital camera was invented in 1975 and weighed 8 pounds. Can you imagine? An
digital-
8-pound camera?
Oh, my
First digital
gosh.
camera was, can you imagine an 8-pound digital
No,
camera? Like
no.
trying to hold it up and take a picture?
No.
That'd be a lot.
That's a lot.
The first commercially available hard drive had a storage capacity of 5 megabytes. And I can attest to this because when I worked at Continental Office Furniture in Columbus, Ohio, that is when the laptops and stuff first came out.
Mm-hmm.
And the first laptop I had was black and white, and it cost $5,000.
Oh, my
And it weighed
God.
literally like 15 pounds. Like I couldn't take it anywhere. You had to put it on the desk. And I mean, there was no graphics. It was just text on there. It was bizarre.
Wow, that is bizarre.
So bizarre. The first smartphone, IBM Simon, was introduced in 1992.
Simon. Remember
The first
Simon?
email with the @ symbol was sent in 1971.
Wow.
Here's a really good one, too. More people have mobile phones than toilets.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Really?
That's true. I
can believe that because when I went to
I had to think about that, but I think that's true. Because think about it.
You
If
should
there's
see where we had to pee in Europe when we were in the hole in the ground and everything.
Oh, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Only certain places. I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Over 90% of the world's currency is digital.
Oh, wow.
That's true. I mean, really, when you think about it, how much cash do you have? I never have cash.
Well, it's kind of weird. It's like cash was, always the thing. Like,
Right.
Cash is great. Now they discourage it.
Right, now they're like, no, we don't take cash.
Yeah, I like cash. I'm old school.
Digital addiction is a real issue. We're going to talk about that today. With internet gaming disorder becoming an official mental health diagnosis in 2019.
Yeah, I
And we
believe
just have a whole conversation with our guest about this before we came on.
It's a sickness.
It's literally a sickness. The average person unlocks their smartphone 150 times a day.
Oh. How can we turn that around and tell somebody a positive affirmation 150 times a day?
I know.
Right? In person.
I know.
In person.
I know. And I think I'm guilty of that.
Well, I think we all are. We've all fallen into the trap. We have. We have.
And not necessarily just to, I don't know why I do that.
We got to talk about this.
We have to talk about it. That's what our show is about today. So we have the best guest. So we're going to go to a quick commercial, and when we come back, we're going to have our guest.
Yay.
Imagine stumbling upon a treasure trove that transforms your design vision into reality. A2 Interior is just that. A collection brimming with luxurious mirrors, elegant artwork, and stylish furniture. Each piece curated to inspire and sophisticate your spaces. Dive in, explore the endless possibilities, and see for yourself how each element enhances your projects. Experience the joy today.
I was in the living room when I heard my son Carter, who was 2 at the time. I looked over and I saw him grabbing for his face and his throat. I grabbed the life vac. I put the mask on his face and placed push-pull. The life vac dislodged the ice cube from his airway and he started crying. The most amazing sound I've ever heard in my entire life. Please protect your family. Get a life vac.
All right. Is everybody having a good time tonight or what? That's what I thought. All right, so we are live, Paradise Studios, New York. Give yourself a round of applause for coming out tonight. Woo!
We're back. Okay, so we're so excited today because we have our friend Tammy Cohen on we're going to introduce you to Tammy. So Tammy and I met at the at that lunch. And I met a lot of people at that lunch, I'm just telling you, but they were great. So we met at the lunch in Staten Island, and I was just like, who is this girl? She's amazing. I love her. And then the more I found out about her, the more I'm like, okay, you are such an amazing inspiration.
Yep.
And then Linda just met her today.
Yes.
But
I'm
Tammy,
so excited to
tell us about you.
Yes.
Tammy is an author. She has a networking group. We're going to talk about all of that. And it's really fabulous. We think you're fabulous.
Well, that's why she's on the show.
That's right.
Fabulous.
I'm verklempt from all this. Oh, it's amazing.
You deserve it.
No, seriously, thank you so much. And first of all, I just want to say I'm so excited to be here. I hopped on the train
Yes.
from Manhattan, got here, and let me tell you, first of all, congratulations on 28 shows.
Oh,
That's a
thank
big
you.
milestone. Celebrate every single one of them because you guys
Yes.
deserve it.
Aw,
Your energy is amazing.
thank
And what
you.
you're doing is amazing. And yes, ditto. we met at this luncheon,
Yes.
and it was so much fun. It was love at first sight. Yep.
Yes.
It was great.
That's
It was
great. So
Like it was like God put all of our people at the table. We had Noelle, whose commercials on, you saw Noelle with the A2 Interiors. There was you. There was Carla was at the next table, so
Right.
we met her.
Yes.
We had Amy. We had you. There was me,
Yeah,
May,
Amy. May. Oh my gosh,
which
May.
is May. We know
Love
everybody
May.
knows we know May and Joan. And I'm like,
Yes.
it's so great.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're all my heroes.
And the senior Miss Americas was
Yes.
all around.
Yep.
And I have to thank Paulina Lopez from
Yes,
Business
Paulina.
of We for getting us all together and making sure that women network in person at great events.
Yes.
So that was exceptional too.
that was
yeah.
amazing.
So tell us a background about you. Where are you from?
Well, I was born in Manhattan, but I grew up in Long Island.
Yay! She's
What?
a Long Islander.
We didn't know that.
Yeah,
Where are
five
you?
towns.
Oh, you did?
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I went to school there. I went to high school. Then I went to SUNY Albany,
Oh.
and I did my MBA at CUNY Baruch. So I'm really a New York girl all the way through.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did you go to college for?
I don't know, party. But, yeah, but then I don't know. I took I was a psych and a business major.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to go into psychology.
So
but
did
didn't.
I.
Me
I
too.
I loved
That's
it.
what my major
I loved
was.
it. I loved
me
it.
too.
But I
Mine,
didn't go
mine
into it.
too. I was a couple classes. That's what I wanted to do.
Me too.
But I don't know how I wound up taking the business track. After I graduated and I started, looking for a job and going around and working, I said maybe this will be helpful. So I did that. I did my MBA in marketing management, and I kind of
Oh.
stayed in that
Okay.
kind of lane after
Okay.
that. But psychology is a beautiful thing. It
It
really
is.
is.
I know. I have some regrets, but if I stayed with, I wouldn't have met my husband, had my son. You know how
Yeah,
you look.
everything is the way it's
Yeah,
supposed to
that's
be.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I didn't stay at Cortland. I went to Cortland for it.
Okay.
I didn't stay, but if I had stayed, I wouldn't have met my husband.
Well, let me tell you
you
something. I
know?
always say to my kids, I said, there's a road. Right?
Yes.
And sometimes the road is paved really smoothly, and sometimes it's full of potholes, right?
Yes.
And then sometimes you're going on a detour. You don't know why.
Yep.
And you're coming to a bridge, and some bridges are beautiful, and some are in disrepair. But that's life. Everything
Yes.
is life. You don't know why you're going this way or that way.
Right.
You have something to learn and something to do, and then you come back and you go about your merry business. So I think everything happens for a reason.
I
And
do
when
too.
it comes to like kids and life, that to me is that's
You
number
just
one.
gotta accept
Yeah,
your path.
That's number one.
your
Yeah.
path. Okay, so you live in Manhattan currently?
Yes. For
Oh,
years
wow.
now, since the 80s.
Wow.
So now, did you start your branding? So Tammy has a branding company called TC
Brand
Consulting. So that's where you start with the marketing and the brand consulting. Which
When did
I
you
love
start that?
Well, my first iteration of it was Tammy Cohn Marketing Consulting in 2007. I worked with small businesses, and then around 2008, 2009, I started working more with gem and jewelry businesses. And then I stepped into that with a rather large global client and smaller clients. And, I stayed in that lane, and I became TC Brand Consulting instead of TC, Tammy Cohn Marketing
Yeah.
Consulting over the pandemic in 2021. So, yeah, but that's my lane with that. But it's funny because it's kind of like that's over here, but I kind of found my passion and my mission like outside of all that. And that was due to the pandemic as well.
Right.
So,
Right.
So
right.
well, let's get into
The
exactly.
pandemic just it changed people's lives. It changed
did.
my life. I sold my and I opened my own company in the pandemic because we had time. Right, we had time to sit
Yes.
back
Right.
and think about what we really wanted to do, and it was almost one of those things where you're like, "All right, now here's the time where you can really sit and think about what you want to do," because there's nobody texting you.
Well, and on that note, let's talk about what's on your desk there, Monica.
Yes.
What's going on here?
So we are kind of obsessed with Tammy's book.
Yes.
And Tammy's book is called Text Messages to My Son. So tell us about your book and how that came to be, because you
okay.
guys need to get this book.
Well, let's go back to the pandemic.
Yes.
So what happened was, like you said, we were all shut down. It was a really uncertain time. It was a challenging time for a lot of people because of the isolation and not being able to connect with people. So you have to give thanks that there was a virtual opportunity for people to still connect.
Yes.
Because let me tell you something: if the internet did go down, it would be Mad
Oh,
Max.
forget it.
Because
it would've been-
they wouldn't have been able
it
to
would've
get
been
deliveries. A lot
nightmare.
of things would have.
Yes.
So there is something to be said for it.
Right.
So what happened was during the pandemic, we all had this time, and that's when a lot of women especially went into this great resignation mode where they're like, I'm not happy. I don't, I want to get into my side. I want to find what makes me happy. I want to do it. I don't want to work for somebody. For me, it was more like taking stock of my life. I realized I wasn't happy as a person. I realized that I didn't like exactly how I was thinking and what I was doing. And I wasn't really sure how to go about changing it, but we had the time. So what did I do? I enrolled in mindset courses galore, energy courses. Don't ask. I was on Unleash the Power Within, Mind Valley all day, did Lifebook, Quantum Mind Academy. I just did one thing after another, and just Joe Dispenza. I just started to immerse myself into this like mindset learning and reading. Because, there's amazing books written by, we're not talking like thought leaders of AI thought leaders. We're talking like thought leaders who lived they thought of things before. I was reading, and I said, wow, I really want to share this wisdom with my kids. That was my first thought. And then my older son at the time, and then my middle son, they were living outside of the house. My youngest was living at home. And I was like, I want to change the conversation, because there is no conversation. Like, nobody's talking in person. We're not next to each other. We grew up doing that. That was how, there was no cell phone. It was only a landline. You either got on a phone for an hour and spoke to somebody you wanted to speak to, or you sat it together. You even watched TV shows together. Everything was different. So I said, okay, I'm going to start messaging them. This was January 2021. I said, I'm going to start messaging them what I'm learning. But I want them to know how much I love them. I want them to know how important they are, how worthy they are. And as I was sending the messages, because, it was very heartfelt for me and sharing all this information, I started also sharing accountability, being accountable for how I behaved with them when they were growing up. And over this book evolved from that, because as I told people, like, this is what I do, like, what do you, so I was explaining it, they go, oh my God, that's amazing.
Yes.
You should put that in a book.
Yes.
Now, I never set out to write a book. I set out to message my kids continually. I never set out to do this. So I had to figure that out. I self-published, and the book came out in October of 2023, October 4th. It went up on Amazon. So I found an editor to work with, and I didn't really know what I was doing. And the editor, they helped me format, and the formatting is text message format. The whole book is written that way.
Yes.
Coming up with the chapter titles, like organizing the messages according to the different categories. But it was I learned a lot in that experience. But what really meant a lot to me is my sons wrote the foreword to the book. Because of what it means to them.
How did they react when you started doing that? How did they react? Were they like, what's happening right now? Or did they like, they're like, oh, mom's at it again?
Well, take us back, like, how were you texting them? Was it like, because you did mention in the book, but I want you to tell everybody, like, you were like giving them like instructions. I want you to do this. I want you to do that.
No.
Were you being like,
No.
Were you being like a mom, like how we get to be?
No. Actually, I said, every text I sent my kids when they were growing up, when they had their phones, like high school, it was always a reprimand.
That's what I mean.
A reminder or a command.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Nothing else. They were texting. I was like, "What do you want?" Because I was traveling, working. I was like, "You want money? Or this? You forgot this? Or meet me here? Where are you? Where are you?" was number one. Okay? And they would answer or not answer, or they would send me like an acronym, which I had no idea. TBA. I didn't know what anything meant.
We don't know what anything is.
I know what it meant. I was like, what are they talking about? Where are you? It was always
stuff like that.
And I said, I don't want to have those kind of discussions. It's not important, They're grown-ups anyway.
Well, like you said in your book, they would give you the one-word answers anyway, right?
Well,
there was no real conversation.
They totally only gave me, the information I might have needed, and I was still without not knowing, or I got the relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
I get that too.
Yeah. You know how women love to be told to relax.
And I realized, like, I don't need to have my judge and getting crazy, which is making them get crazy with me. Like, what is the point? I don't want to do that. I just want to share love, inspiration, and wisdom. I just want to do that with them. And later on, I started sharing accountability, which had a major effect on them. So it just was, you're the best. I love you. Here's what I learned. What do you think? Or I looked out my window and I saw this. What do you, I just started sharing. I didn't, and with no expectations. I didn't expect them to answer me. I didn't ask for an answer.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
Because I just wanted to send to them love. I just wanted to send positive energy to them. And then what happened was when they opened up that message, their positive energy went up. They released it.
Yeah.
So I started realizing, like this is important because the world is mired right now in violence and hate and a lot of bad negativity. And that's low vibrating energy frequency.
Right.
And if we can change it around and release high vibrating, because love, gratitude, appreciation, everything was about gratitude, thanking God. Everything was about appreciating what we have. Everything was about that, but not in a lecture. I did not want to lecture them. I just wanted to share because I was learning it.
Right.
I was learning about my mindset and saying, you know what? I'm glad that happened. You know what? Maybe growing up, there was a lot of good things going on when I was growing up, but there's a reason. Like, thank you. And I started becoming more of a human being to them. Like that's what started happening over time.
Beautiful thing.
And that was the whole thing. Like you can't do this with your kids. It's not a one and done. It's not a one-off. I love you. Have a great day.
Yeah.
It's every day. Okay. And I am consistent with them. And let me tell you something. When I move on to the next stage of life, which is, the next life, God willing, they're gonna miss those messages. They're not gonna remember what I bought them when they were this age. They're not gonna care. They're gonna think about the messages, and
they're gonna have the messages.
I wanted to get it out there. Yeah.
Oh,
they'll have it.
Wonderful.
We're gonna go to a quick commercial. We're gonna come back and talk more because we have lots more to talk about.
Ever felt stuck with a home that just doesn't feel right anymore? Whether it's that outdated kitchen or the bathroom that needs a refreshed look, Twice as Nice Construction has got you covered. Family owned for over 20 years. Twice as Nice Construction has been providing beautiful new construction and additions and stunning remodels like kitchens and bathrooms. We're not just experts, we offer unbeatable quality and prices to help make your dream come true. Ready to start building your dream home or to give your kitchen and bathroom that much needed makeover? Contact Twice as Nice today and make your dream a reality. Visit twiceasniceremodel.com today for quality you can see and service you can trust. Twice the value, twice the commitment, Twice as Nice.
Hi, I'm Michael Astor, a New York personal injury lawyer at Astor Law. I've spent the past 30 years fighting for New Yorkers who have been injured or lost a loved one due to the fault of others. At Astor Law, we help accident victims. We have a track record of success with some of the largest settlements and jury verdicts in America. At my firm, we provide New Yorkers with a free consultation. And if you hire us, you don't pay us until we win money for you. If you or someone you know has been injured in an accident, give us a call. At Astor Law, quality service doesn't cost, it pays.
Me llaman Dan Pablo y hace más de 20 años me enamoré de una colombiana. Viajé a su país y conocí un estilo de café muy distinto, muy especial. Ahora tostamos cafés excelentes, con alturas y microclimas diferentes, resultado en una taza muy compleja y muy rica, un sabor nuevo en el mundo. Fue un éxito. And I even got to keep the girl.
Okay, we're back. We're back with Tammy Cohen, the author of Text Messages to My Son, which is a fabulous book.
Connecting
that we love.
deeply
And
in
I'm
a
just
world
going
of
to tell
devices.
you, today, my daughter went to, last week went to a wine thing with her mom, like the group of moms. There was like 20 of them that took a couple buses out to the wineries. And she had said to me, she was like, Mom, we had this whole conversation about social media and texting with the kids. Like we were having this all back and forth. They had this whole conversation, like the whole day talk was about exactly this. And the whole time I'm thinking, oh my God, you need to read Tammy's book. And I'm like, you need to read Tammy's book. And then I'll tell you what, I have to be honest with you. When I read the book, I cried the entire way through it because it was so, I get verklempt about stuff like that, but it's just so amazing and touching, the love that you put in there. You can just feel it come out. And I mean, so this morning I stole one of your text messages out of the book and I texted it to my daughter. And so she puts the heart thing back. And then I went on Facebook and realized that it was National Daughters Day. And she goes, I'm like, how weird is that? So I love that idea. I love it. I love the idea of her, because my granddaughters are 10 and 7. So for her to start doing that with them, once they get, Bianca got her first iWatch and her first phone. So instead of texting her something else, text her that in the morning. How good does that make your kids feel in the morning? I mean, it's so amazing. And it takes their mind off of Roblox, So where do we leave off the last segment? So we talked about you doing your sons, giving it to your sons. And then, it is a legacy for you.
It's an absolute legacy. My kids in the forward, one of the things that they said, it's like they feel bulletproof when they get a message like that. So that the day can go sideways. They said, knowing somebody loves us enough. It's not just you're my mom. Yeah, you love me. You love me enough to send me this message, of empowerment, of love, of inspiration. It means a lot to them, and they're guys. It's not like they're not going, I love you, mommy. I'm mommy. Yeah. They're not like those kind of guys at all.
Right.
They're really not. So it's it meant a lot to me. Over the weekend, we always have people over on the weekend, and for Shabbat, and my husband was sitting there, and I don't know, his fourth language is English, so he'll read in his native language. He'll read a translation, but he said, I read that book, text message to my sons, in 2 Saturdays, because it's so easy. It's a text message format,
easy.
And you're not following a story or character development, so you can jump around. And he said it was so easy to read. And then he just surprised me. They read out loud the forward, and you know what it made me. I haven't read the forward. I haven't reread the forward that my kids read, and I teared up because I realized it's making an impact on them. And
which is what you set out to do, which is brilliant.
And what's going on with our kids now? It's so alarming.
It is.
With what's going on in social media and the violence. And
can I ask you how old your sons are?
Now, my oldest is turning 31 next week.
That's my son, 31.
And the middle is turning 29 next week, and the youngest just turned 24.
Right.
So you would think, they're adults, right? Now, I started with them when they're in their 20s. It's never too late as long as somebody has a phone. It doesn't have to be your children. You can send any loved one messages of love, because people need it. They need it today. Everybody's very disconnected. We have more ways to connect, and more people are disconnected than they ever were before. So what does that tell you? So there's something very polarizing with what's going on now, and it's a train wreck. So these algorithms, and one of the best, I recommend 100% reading Johan Harari's Stolen Focus. It really delves into this.
I don't know about that.
Okay. It's a fabulous book.
Because I was thinking of reading Sharma's, because you mentioned a lot in here. Yeah.
Robin Sharma is amazing. He's like leadership. And,
I was going to read that, but I got to read this. After this, you got to tell me again.
Johan Harari's Stolen Focus, it talks about what's going on now. These algorithms are designed to engage you 24/7. That's the point. Now, how are they going to do that? So, and their actual purpose is to keep doing that, like more than 24/7, and it's happening because you're getting pings all day long. So, what do people respond to? The train wreck. You look at something, they'll give you more of it, and they'll keep giving you more of it. There's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of propaganda. And besides all the hate and violence, so your kids aren't even getting accurate information now.
Right.
Look what happened on college campuses. They're getting false information there. They're sharing it. There's all kinds of movements that are feeding into it. It's going on nonstop. So my book came out, God will, on October 4th. October 7th happened. For me, it was a whole wake-up call. Okay, because as a Jew, I was just like, what the hell's going on? Like, how is this possible? How is this happening?
Right.
So I felt like it's even more important to now share love to higher frequency. Put love out there. Talk to your kids, because from what I learned, speaking with parents and coaches, is that the group of parents that are taking on coaches for these aren't little kids. These are 18 to 30-year-olds.
Right.
So why are they disconnected? Why are they addicted? Why are they depressed? What's going on? And you can blame the pandemic. You can blame a lot of things, but it's a big soup, right?
Yeah.
So it's our job to do this to our kids. No expectations. You do it. You be the role model. You want your kids to have respect. You want your kids to have love. You want your kids to have gratitude. You want your kids to have accountability. You want your kids to pursue wisdom. You do it.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, that's the way it should
Right,
be.
because if you're hateful and you are spreading that and you're complaining all the time, that's exactly how your kids are going to be.
Well, we have to be positive role
We have to
models
be
for our
positive
kids.
role
Nobody
models.
else. Nobody else. And like you said, it doesn't matter what age they are. Like my son's 31, like your oldest. And, you know, we have a good relationship. He tells me he loves me every time. But they're not, these kind of text messages would blow him away. It would blow him away. He'd be like, at first I know he would be like, what's going on, Mom?
Yeah, but
But then I
But
think
you know
they
what?
would start to look forward to it. How could you
Yes.
not? I was uplifted reading your text messages. It made me feel better.
Yes.
You know,
Oh,
because how
so
could you
much.
not? When you're giving someone a positive affirmation like that out of love, because it's coming from the most genuine place, how could you not feel it?
Right.
And to get on a daily basis, God bless you. I mean, you're doing a
Listen,
wonderful thing.
My hope is that my kids will do it for their children, but also
Yeah, I was just
they'll
gonna ask
do it
you.
for anybody they feel needs
Yes,
that. needs
exactly.
that.
And
it'll make
it
them
could be
think
anybody.
about that kind of being more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like kind. Okay?
Yes.
Yes,
Like just
kind.
be a kind
Yes.
person. And I talk about that. Like just be good. Be kind to people.
Yes.
Be trustworthy.
Help people.
Help people. Like,
Right.
you know,
Pay
it's
it forward.
important because we kind of lost that. I think as the generations went by, we lost that in a lot of ways. I remember as a kid, I don't know about you guys, I used to look at the kids who got those messages in their lunchbox.
Oh,
I was
yes.
jealous.
Yeah.
I wanted
Yeah.
a message from my,
Yeah.
I wanted
Yeah.
to get one. My mother didn't do it.
No, we didn't get that.
And
Right.
you know
I
what?
never got anything
But
like that.
it's the same concept of sending
Yes.
that little
Same
note of love.
Yes.
That you matter.
Right.
You know.
But that's where
that's
their
what's
attention
important.
is on their attention is on their devices. So
100%.
you might as well use the devices to spread your message. I mean, I can see, like, I know Matt will probably laugh the first couple times, but I'm telling you, in a week, he'd be like, wow. And if you missed a day, he'd be like, oh, where's that message at? I mean, and
think
I've
so.
done that on my Facebook for a long time, for a few years now. A day, like there's a book that I use. It's like a daily affirmation or whatever like that, and I put that on my Facebook story. And now I'm going to start using yours. But I put one on this morning before she even came on because
Oh, I
it's
know.
just
like I said, I
wonderful.
screenshot some of them
I mean,
because I have
yeah,
to.
it's just so. It's so powerful. Like your
Very
book is so powerful. And let me tell you, we read a lot of books and we see a lot of stuff and we look at a lot. You know, there's a lot of shows and stuff out there. But this is one of, like, this was very unique. I've never seen anybody write a book like, have you?
No. That's why when I first saw it, you know, text messages to my sons. Ooh, I have a son. Connecting deeply in a world of devices. And I'm like, because that's what they're doing. And they're not just, it's not just the text messages, the TikTok, it's the
Yeah, there's a lot
Snapchat.
of- yeah.
You know, it's all of the different social media outlets, but it's like they're just buried in it.
Yeah.
And a lot of adults are too. It's not just the kids.
Yeah.
In all fairness, we see a lot of adults doing it. But this could set something in motion that I am all for. I
And
mean,
it's like you're doing it and
it's so uplifting.
that message is on their text. So, because you literally are competing with all the other stuff.
That's 100%.
Every day we're competing with
Yeah.
The beauty
the other
of it
stuff.
is that you're not really competing because they're looking for that message.
Yes,
Yes.
your voice, because your voice is what they want to hear.
So exactly, what's the timeline now that you've been doing this with them?
I started in 2021 January, and now it's I don't miss, so it's 2024. I mean, I just do it.
So about 3 years you've been doing it straight.
Yes,
That's amazing.
And you know
That's
what?
amazing.
What's really cool is because everybody's now, research shows everybody's on their phone continuously. It's a continuous thing, right? Think about it. How easy. 5 or 10 minutes a day. I'm like, take the book. There's 206 pages.
Yeah.
Take a message, tweak it, make it your own. Dads say to me, I love my kids, especially people who are going through divorce.
Oh,
Yes. They're not, they don't see their kid. They're like, I don't know what do I do? I go, start, take the book, tweak it, take any message you want, because I'm a mom. Like, I'm a parent like you are. There's nothing like that I'm smarter than you are, or I know more, or I'm an author. I'm not an author, I'm a text messenger. At the end of the day, it's heart-centered. It comes from your heart.
Right.
So use the messages, and over time, everything will come straight out of your heart.
Yeah.
You have the phone, you're paying for it anyway. It's 10 minutes a day. You can find the 10 minutes. Your kid is going to see it. And frankly, you don't need to spend 30 years with a psychologist. You don't need to hire a coach to get you to do it. You can do this. You have the power to do it, and think about the effect that you can have. Just telling them I love them, especially with a lot of divorce, where the kids are feeling that, and you're just reaffirming to them that they're amazing. You love them.
Can you imagine?
Best 10 minutes.
Could you imagine if you got a text message like that from your dad? Like, if my dad's passed a long time, but if he had a phone, and if I would have got a text message from him like that, I wouldn't have known what to do. Because a lot of girls and a lot of men don't show their feelings. So you can grow up thinking that, oh, dad, does my dad really love me? And how many girls we just want to impress our dads. We just want them to be proud of us, right? And, our moms too. But we work so hard as girls when we're young to try to make our dads proud of us, right?
Yeah, but going back to what we said before, it's needed more today than when we were growing up.
Oh my God.
Because we communicated more. Because we didn't have the phone.
We grew up very differently.
Very differently. I mean, not to say we're sitting around the table going, I love you,
No.
But I'm just saying that now, more than ever, this is needed.
Especially since that's where their focus is.
Yeah.
But, you said something very interesting, and the truth of the matter is that there isn't one kid out there, and I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're 80. I don't care how old you are, that doesn't want to know their parent loved them, and their parent thought they were amazing, because we do get labeled by parents growing up.
Oh yeah.
You know how many people have reached out to me on social media and saying, I wish my mother told me she loved me.
Oh.
I wish my mother sent me messages. Will you be my mother?
Yeah.
It broke my heart.
Yes.
It breaks your heart.
Yes.
Okay? So there is something, I don't care, you're never too old. Now, the funny thing with my kids is the only thing that they'll say sometimes is like, they'll go, it's a great message. It's long. It's so long. And they always tease me. My husband, too. She sends the longest emails also. But that's me.
Yes.
I'm like pouring my heart into it. But they never said, oh, don't send him. It's too long.
Right.
And I've had friends who said to me, my son said to me, don't even start this. Don't do this. And I was like, it doesn't matter. Send the message.
Yeah.
Right.
What is he going to do? Not come home?
And now you have no excuse, people, because now you have the book that you can't say, oh, I don't know how to do that, or I wouldn't be able to write something like that. Use the book. Use the book. We're going to go to a quick commercial. We'll be right back.
So easy to talk with you guys.
Oh, it's so nice to hear.
This is our last segment already.
I know. It's so...
Imagine turning an ordinary gathering into an electrifying night at a Las Vegas casino. With Ace Authentic Casino and Entertainment, we bring the thrill of blackjack, roulette, poker, and more right to your door. For over 20 years, we've been transforming parties in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut into unforgettable events. Ready to elevate your next event? Experience the joy today with Ace Casino Parties. Visit us at acecasino.ny.com.
Crafted with care, worn with pride. Discover the unique charm of handmade jewelry at Poppy Lane Gifts and Decor. Each piece at Poppy Lane is a testament to craftsmanship and style, designed to be as unique as you are. Whether it's a gift for a loved one or a treat for yourself, find something that speaks to your soul. Step into Poppy Lane today or visit us online and adorn your life with pieces as extraordinary as you. Poppy Lane Gifts and Decor, uniquely yours, uniquely you.
We're back. So that came from my granddaughter. The "We're back" is our tagline, if you didn't notice. So the first show she ever watched, she kept running it back because I'm ridiculous. So she runs it back. She kept running it back going, Mimo, you keep saying you're back. And I'm like, so now that's what we say. So it's literally our tagline.
That's the tagline.
And it's going to be on the back of our shirts, like the Chasing Fabulous logo on the front, and then "We're back" on your back.
People are going to ask us, what do you mean you're back? Where were you?
Yeah, where were you? Who knows? So let's finish. Okay, so wait a minute. So you're coming out with
an expanded edition.
Woohoo!
Can't wait.
When's it coming out?
Spring of 2025. It's I'm working with publisher this time versus self-publishing, which I did because I learned so much. I mean, when you self-publish, you learn what you need to do to better the book, better the product, and expand the reach. Because now, working on the publishing side, it can go into many more places like libraries and books. So, like I wasn't as tuned into all that.
Right. So when you self-publish, you can't. It doesn't do that.
No, you can if you go up onto the right platforms and things. But I just didn't really know, and now it'll be more streamlined because that's what they do. Plus international rights and translation, so things that they'll be doing, and also some marketing promotional things that they'll be doing too. What we're doing is I'm adding in messages from the 2023 and 2024, which aren't in the first edition. They're just 2021 and 2022. Plus, each chapter we've updated the chapter titles. And also I'm putting a little bit of an intro on the chapters as to the why.
Oh.
Why gratitude and appreciation? Why those type of messages?
Yes, I like that.
So each chapter, what they'll have is the definition of like gratitude and appreciation and why. Why did I come up? Why am I sending messages about that? Why am I sending messages about leadership and focus? Why do I send messages about mindfulness or mindset? Like why did I pick that? Why am I sending it? So because you know what? It's important. The schools don't teach this stuff.
They do not.
They just don't teach you how to necessarily be kind. I think they're getting more into, we need to teach other things. But they don't.
No.
They have to learn it somewhere. They have to understand it because otherwise you're just like, you're seeing a whole group of entitled kids coming out
and
who
they're
don't care
learning
about
that
these
they're
things.
learning how to be a person from the internet, which is the scariest thing in the entire world. You as parents, you are responsible for how your kids see the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I want my kids, like I know I put my heart and soul into these messages, that it's not an AI thing, you know what I mean? Like there's so much tech out there, and you know what, I've told parents, listen, if you need AI, if you want to put your thoughts down and you need AI to put it into a text message, I get it. Just get it out.
Right.
I say the same thing to anybody, like just start. But you want your kids to see that you put this effort it's heartfelt, it's from your heart. It's not somebody else's heart necessarily. And that's why I'm like, take it and tweak it, do whatever you want, use it, just get it out there. Because over time, everything comes straight from inside. Love comes from inside.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
It really
And
does.
it's like when you did your text messages, it was your experience. Like you're like, oh, I'm on the plane from blah, blah, blah. Or I'm traveling here, or here's what I'm doing today. And I love that. Because your kids, your kids kind of forget that you're human, right? They kind of do. They think, oh, this is just mom. You know?
Accountability is so important. I explained a lot to my kids in certain messages for sure that I wasn't happy when I was screaming at them, when I was sometimes, I'd hit. I was doing things, and I just wanted them to understand. And it's so hard, that it wasn't them.
You showed them a vulnerable side of you.
It was nothing they
don't.
did.
Yeah.
It was me. It was me being triggered, and I've been working on that. And
psychologists are probably really mad at you right now.
You know what? Power to the psychologist. But seriously, I just wanted them to know that.
No, but that's so true. It's so true.
And not that I fixed a lot of the stuff in their head, because we all have stuff. We all have saboteurs.
Maybe kids think sometimes that their mothers or their parents are like not perfect, but like something like that. For her to say that's great.
Yeah, I said I'm sorry. It was never you. It was me.
Yeah.
And that's accountability, and that's when they started seeing me more as a human, like as a human being, and that changed a lot of our dynamic. We are not best friends. I didn't raise them to be my best friend.
I don't believe in that anyway.
But I know that they'll come to me and they'll discuss something that's important. I know that they care, and I know that they're okay. And that's what you can hope for.
But you also taught them to show love when they have kids, which is very interesting for men, right?
Yeah.
Because men are not taught that. They're not teach your boys to show love for the kids. Like just do that. I don't care. Like take your husband's phone. If your husband won't do it, take his phone. Copy the message and send it to the kid. Just do that. Because it's so important for those boys don't know. They think they're supposed to be tough and
I find the men have been really fascinated. They've been the ones asking me a lot of questions, like
that's great
because they realize they can send a message and have that connection that they want. They just don't know,
don't know how to
raised
say
to
it.
be nurturers,
Right, because they use 100 times less words than girls.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Men.
Wait, so we got to talk about your networking group, which I love, and I'm going to be a part of it. So tell us about what it is called and what it's about.
Okay, so Women Beyond the Table. We are a community. I'm going to give you our mission statement. A community dedicated to accelerating professional success and personal growth. So we mix the business with the health and wellness because you need to be okay to do business too, And it started the same thing, January 2021, pandemic. First, I said, I was trying to figure out how to do things differently and change my business around a little bit. And I was like, wow, wouldn't it be nice to have people that I trust, like women who, they know how to develop a website. They know how to do content, right? I'm Googling. And so I said, wouldn't it be nice to have that? So I knew a couple of women, like 4 or 5. I said, listen, do you want to be on a call? They're like, oh, okay. It's a pandemic. Nobody cares. So I did the first call. And now here we are going into fourth quarter 2024. We have a monthly call. We bring a guest speaker. We have a podcast. We put up our members' articles and blogs. Like if you guys wrote an article, we would love to put it up. We backlink it to you. We have networking modules that are going up. How do you network?
Yes, you and I had a big conversation about that.
Women aren't so comfortable. It's different than how men network. We're also starting a speed networking platform so that women can speed network. We have a directory. All of our members have their bios and headshots. So let's say somebody's visiting the website, or they can connect with each other because it's a community.
Right.
The women like each other. They're non-competitive with each other. They support each other. It's about leveraging social capital. That's really what it is. I have a question. I need an answer. Can you help me with that answer?
Right.
Nice.
Can you connect me to somebody who knows the answer?
Or I want to do this. I want to do this.
What do you think?
Business. I want to do this. How do I do that?
How do I do that?
Yeah, and there's. I love it that it's virtual too. Like you go to a lot of networking stuff. I do too. Like we go to a lot of these events, and we've talked about it before. Like it's very expensive to do that. So this is what's amazing about that group is that it's virtual. I mean, you have some stuff. I mean, people meet and whatever, but I love that.
I'll tell you, we started partnering. This is something we just started doing a couple of months ago. We started partnering with the in-person event organizers because our forte is not we're not in-person planners.
Right.
I mean, women always get together and have dinners and stuff, but no, that's not our forte. Their forte is planning an event.
Yeah, like Paulina.
Like Amy Amato. Like they plan these events and they're great at it. But the thing is where's the continuity in between? Or you might see the same people at each event, but not everybody can take off and go to an event, and they're expensive. Our membership costs what one event costs for the whole year.
Oh my God, I know.
Okay, so it's a big difference. So we are saying, let's partner. So we'll put all of your cool in-person events, because it's important to network in person, and then you can give your people an opportunity to be in a virtual something, so they know every month they get a call, they get a this, they have all these interactions going on. So that's been a really great thing.
I love that. And then what's the website for that? So it's
Women Beyond the Table.
WomenBeyondTheTable.com. And then Tammy's book you can find on Amazon.
We're on Amazon, and if you go to www.T as in Tom, C as in Cat, TC Brand Consulting.com, it's on there too.
Right.
But
and it'll be on our ChasingFabulous.TV.com website. Yes. We'll have a link to that so you can get it. And it's on Kindle Unlimited, which I love because I love
we
Kindle
have a great price on
and then
Kindle.
Did
you see our Kindle price?
Yes.
We have a great price.
It was 99 cents.
Yeah, no, I just said, you know what? It's okay. If you buy the print, it's more. But the Kindle,
it was great when I saw that. I
love it. I can't believe we're out of time already.
That went
fast. Very fast.
But you know what happens? Now watch. See the timer? Now it's going to start to go up, which means I have more time.
No, you don't.
What?
Do you want to do a word of the day?
No, because I'm done with the word of the day, people.
She's
because
angry.
nobody ever
She's
emails me the
because
word of the day.
Because
I said, we have a word of the day, and then I say, just email me and I will send you a package of stuff from Poppy Lane.
Maybe people are busy.
Oh, yeah, they're so busy. They're busy texting.
I have a fun fact that I'm
because we're always saying we're busy.
Give us the fun fact.
Yes.
So did you know that the term multitasking came about in relation just about computers. Computers multitask.
Oh.
Because when they were, that they can do many tasks at once. It was never a human thing.
Oh.
And it's been applied to humans, and that's why so many humans are overwhelmed and burnt out, because we're not designed to be multitaskers.
See, we aren't.
Everybody get this book.
Yes,
It'll
get
change
this
your
book.
life. It'll
Text
change your
messages.
child's
It really
life.
is, and we want you to tell us too.
Yeah,
if you're
you'll be
using
moved.
and
You will be
use them
moved.
like you can copy and paste the text messages
Fabulous.
to the
Just
people, to the kids, and or to other people, whatever you want to do. That's what I'm doing too.
I love it. I
Yes,
love this book.
we love
I love
it.
this book. All right, we got to go.
See you next week.
Everybody
Bye.
have a fabulous
Thank you.
week.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on.
It's the
Yay.
best.